should probably take me to see her tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. You know where I'm gonna take you? To the dentist. See if you got halitosis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't have halitosis. I gotta feel it just growing away.
It's over here.
Whatever. Nope, he's right there.
He's hiding.
Hey, caterpillar, caterpillar.
He's shedding.
Hey, caterpillar,
He's hiding over
caterpillar.
here.
Whatever. It's not that bad. Whoa. Yeah, maybe it is that bad. Share.
What happened? Back in October.
Wow, it's almost been a year. Wait, it's been a year. It's October.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Okay,
A
go ahead.
year ago, one of my colleagues from law school came to visit Liberty and was kind of making around visiting people and said, hey, we should get together for breakfast, because we both were pretty much in the same profession but at different institutions. And she was like, yeah, we should get together. I was like, okay, yeah, definitely. You know, you relate to me, I relate to you. Let's talk about what's going on in our worlds and encourage each other. And so she had mentioned when we had breakfast, like, if you ever want to move to Texas, I'm building a team, ha 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 ha. And I was like, swerve, not interested.
Nah.
I'm good over here. We're doing our thing over here. Got a nice little situation going on. So I was like, nah. But then when I left breakfast, for whatever reason, I couldn't shake it. And I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Why am I even entertaining this? I think she had mentioned it once or twice. And the second time she mentioned it was when I was like, okay, why can't I shake this? I don't know why. Texas? Baylor? What? Yeah. So anyway, I was like, I know how I get rid of this idea. I mentioned it to him. I was like, he'll dismiss it. We'll go on about our business.
But I think in that moment, in that season of life, I was really about, Lord, what is your will? So when she approached me, mind you, I didn't look at kind of our circumstances and what was going on around us, because our circumstances would have said, don't move, don't leave. I had two great part-time jobs, and I was in a PhD program. I was the president of the local counselors association. So I just had a lot going on for me professionally. You know, so it made no sense. Our family was there. Anyways, she mentions it to me, and I say, like, apply. You know, just apply. Like, what's the worst that can happen? They can say no. So I guess that shocked her. I took her back a little bit. So she applied in November, right?
Mm-hmm. I still was like, I can't believe you're telling me to do this, but okay. Put my application in November, and I got a call back maybe 2 weeks later for an initial interview. And so around the same time, things were really moving professionally for me at Liberty after I had that initial interview. So then I didn't hear anything, and they told me I would hear something back really quickly. Didn't hear anything. Things were moving at Liberty, so I was like, well, I put it in. That was the end of that.
Yeah.
Around the same time, we were planning on taking our baby moon mid-December, and doors ended up closing to go, and we decided,
you want to share that story?
we can.
We basically, long story short, December, it was a stressful semester for me at JMU. Good stressful. I mean, it was good. You know, I was learning a lot, but I was home. I was away from like Tuesday to Thursday. So it was just a lot. So we decided, let's go to the Dominican. So I booked tickets to go to the Dominican. And here's how I know Jesus is real. I never buy insurance for trips. I wouldn't even have insurance in my cars if it wasn't, what's the word? Required. So I bought insurance for some reason. I bought insurance. A couple weeks beforehand, we were just like, we're not supposed to go. I don't think we're supposed to go. Why do I have this unsettling feeling in my stomach that we're not supposed to go? She was crying, I was crying. Why are we not supposed to go? Didn't know why we were supposed to leave on December 13th. I called and I canceled the trip. And then what happens?
So then we are like, part of the reason we were unsettled is because of Zika. I was pregnant, obviously, in this whole Zika thing. And when we decided to pull the plug, we were like, all right, let's just find somewhere in the States that's not cold that we can go and have a good time. We go back and forth for like a week, and it's stressful and frustrating, and we're both irritated with each other.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. Lord, why would you tell us to close the door or pull the plug on Dominican and not give us another viable option?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going back and forth. Finally decide on San Diego. That's what we're going to do. Get ready to book the trip.
She want to go to Vegas.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Get ready to book the trip. And right before I get ready to book the trip, my bestie calls me and she's like, I feel like I just need to pray for you right now. She calls me at work. Are you doing okay? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I think I should pray with you. I'm like, okay. So she prays and she just asks for peace and God's leading. And she's like, all right, have a good day. I'm like, thanks. Hang up the phone. Like 5 minutes later, I get a phone call from Baylor University saying we would like to fly you here for an in-person interview on December 13th. Can you do it?
The day we were supposed to fly out to the Dominican, December the 13th.
The exact same day. So my days were already taken off. We already had a little chunk of change that we had put aside for Dominican. And I was like, well, alrighty. Guess we're going to Texas.
Yeah, I had my days off. I was done school. Finals were done. Yeah, so like, all right.
Like, okay.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
guess we're going to Texas.
December 13th.
So we basically make a baby moon out of my interview. They're flying us there and putting us in a hotel for 2 days in Waco. So then we just paid for another 2 or 3 days in Dallas to extend our trip. And so half the trip was on Baylor. And we took a baby moon.
It was fun.
Had a great time.
Had a great time. We fell in love. I mean, Texas was awesome. Waco to Dallas. It was great all around. She interviews. She felt good about the interview.
Mm-hmm.
I felt good about Waco. I looked at apartments when I was here. So we get back. Am I skipping anything? So we get back.
Mm-hmm.
We fly back to Virginia. And don't hear anything until a couple days before Christmas.
Yeah. And a couple days before Christmas, they're like, you want the job? It's yours. I'm like, yeah. When do I start? May? April? January.
January.
What?
So our lives flipped up on top of its head pretty quickly. Because here you're talking about me having to leave a PhD program, which I was extremely honored and excited about getting into and being in. We're talking about leaving family that we love and that we know all on the East Coast. We're talking about moving before we have a baby, trying to move cross country, 36 weeks pregnant. So it didn't make a lot of sense for us to do what we did. But obedience was the name of the game at that point. I had a piece. We had prayed about it. We had a piece about going. And again, going back to her saying, if I don't know how I'll stop this. I'll mention it to Gary and he'll shut it all down. But at that time, my frame of mind was, God, you're going to make it clear whether or not we're supposed to go or stay. And he did. He made it clear. And we really took our hands off of our lives and said, Lord, your will over ours. And because of that, I feel like he honored it and saying, will you trust me every step of the way? And this has been a roller coaster of trust and faith. I don't know another way to explain it. So that's kind of the, you know, she won't say it, but I will. They loved her. She's intelligent, she's bright, she's beautiful, she has a great smile. I'll keep it appropriate, sorry. And she's very articulate and beautiful. I did say I'll keep it appropriate, didn't I? I'm sorry. Sorry.
You just lost half the audience.
I did. I'm sorry. But I gained a kiss from you.
No, you didn't.
Sorry. There you go. So Baylor loved her, she loved Baylor. It was a great relationship, it was a great connection. So what did that mean for me? That meant for me, I give up my professional trajectory, so to speak. Is that a good word? Mm-hmm. And say I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dad. And the stories that have come with that, my experience has been pretty interesting.
Yeah, but how did you even get to stay-at-home dad status?
How did I get to be a stay-at-home dad status? We didn't know anybody here.
Small kids, yeah.
Yeah, like we didn't know anyone out here.
Got a spanking newborn.
Who, yeah.
I can't take 3 months of maternity leave, so I went back 7 weeks. And you weren't licensed here.
Well, yep, that's what I was gonna say. I wasn't licensed. I just didn't want to just get a job. I mean, I felt like I had been away for literally over half a year, so I missed a lot of time with Bird, and I wanted to be home with the little one to connect, and so that's how I became a stay-at-home dad. It's nothing I sought after, nothing I ever thought that I would be doing.
I know, it's actually a huge change and adjustment because this man been working 3 jobs.
Holding it down.
It's not that tight. I mean, it's been at like Food Lion. 3 jobs. I'm just kidding.
Food Lion.
I'm just serious.
And
you worked at TriStar?
No, I worked at TriStar.
Okay.
No, just
Food Lion.
Tizen.
Like,
Roses.
since he was 13, literally has worked probably 2 to 3 jobs at a time, consistently since the age of 13. Would you say that this is harder than working 3 jobs at one time?
The hardest job I've ever. Like, it was all fun and roses and games when I got hired and she was the hiring manager and fun and games. But this has literally been the toughest thing that I've ever had to do. And I think that might be the next vlog that I'll share with you. The struggles, the challenges, but also the rewards and the positive. You sleepy, girl? She's sleepy. Mm-hmm. The positives that have come out of me being at home. So yeah, so just for everyone who watches us, who follows us, we just wanted to sit down and give you guys the kind of the full background, the full story of how we even got to Waco, and the meaning. Really, this is the meaning behind what lost to Waco. And if we could sum it up in 2 words, it would be obedience and faith. 2 good words. Mm-hmm. Maybe those are my 2 words. What would you say?
No,
those are yeah. All right, so we're on the same page. Mm-hmm. So more to come. I will talk more about my experience in the next video. But thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for loving on us, for the comments. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them below. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week on What Lost to Waco. Peace. One more kiss. One more.
Yeah, you said one more.
Okay, I'll give you a kiss then.
Bye.
Tell people you love me.
I love you.
Show people.
I'm still sitting here.
Tell me you love me.
I love you.
Got a caterpillar.
Your mama got a caterpillar too.